The learning is Nishmas, Etta, Ahuva, Yaakov. Masechus Kesubos Perek Dalet Mishna Yod. So Mishna Yod and Yod Aleph continue with the side of chiyuvim of a ksuva, even if they're not written down, since they're part of the Tanai ksuva, he's mechuyev to give it to her, even though they're not written down. Mishna Yod is talking about benin dichrin, so we'll give a brief hakdama of what that is, even though we mentioned it earlier, we didn't explain what it is. That when a person gets married, so the father of the girl gives a nedunya or nichsei tzoyin barzel, which is money that goes to the husband, but it's in the achrayus of the husband. And if the wife passes away, the husband will keep that money. Then it'll become his money. So Chazal were afraid that people aren't going to give such a large nedunya to their daughter. And the reason is because if a person has two wives, let's say Rachel and Leah, so the father of Rachel is not going to want to give $100,000 nedunya when Rachel is marrying this person, because when Rachel dies, so now the husband is going to yarshin it, and the children that he had from Leah afterwards, when he dies, the children they had from Leah are going to get that money. And he doesn't want the money to go to Leah's children. He wanted it to go to his own grandchildren, which is Rachel's children. So therefore, Chazal said that the nedunya stays with the Isha. In other words, the same way there's a halacha that when someone dies, you yarshin your father, you also yarshin the ksuva of your mother. So that nedunya is always related to the mother. So when Rachel passes away, the nedunya is still considered the ksuva of Rachel, and then when the husband passes away, that's when the children will get the ksuva of the nedunya of Rachel. So the Mishnah over here says, Loi Kasava, if he did not write in his ksuva, benin dichrin, the Yahave Lechi, that male children that you have from me, inon yartan ksaf ksuvateich yasar al chulkayin demachun, they will yarshin the money of your ksuva, which is more than the chelik they had with their other brothers from me. Chayiv, he's still chayiv, even though he didn't write it, shehu t'nai bezin, because that is a t'nai bezin. Mishna Yomi Aleph is talking about the chiyuv mezainis from the property of a person who is nifter, that his property feeds the daughters that he had. So b'chayav, we spoke about earlier, he doesn't have to feed his daughters, but la'achar moiseh, they get fed. So benan nikvin di'hava l'choyminoi, daughters that you have from me, yahavin yasvin bebeisi mezane minichsai, they should be able to live in my house and to get fed from my property, adias nevisan leguvran until they marry other people, until they get married, because the chiyuv stops once they get married. So then chayiv, he is chayiv even if he didn't write that in the ksuva, shehu t'nai bezdin, because this chiyuv mezainis is a t'nai bezdin. One other thing the Gemara says is that when it says that he doesn't have a mechiyav once the daughter gets married, is a machlokes in the Gemara. The Gemara comes out that bager v'lo insev, once the daughter becomes a begeres, then there's no chiyav. Insev v'lo bager, or if she has nesuin to someone else, then there would be no chiyav anymore. But if it's arusa v'lo bager, then there's a machlokes, Rav and Levi in the Gemara, if he still has a chiyav to feed her mezainis after she is an arusa.